Let me tell you a little story that's very close to my heart. A few years ago, I read the book My Year of Magical Thinking by Joan Didion, one of my favorite authors. And she writes about the incredibly traumatic loss of her husband and then her daughter's illness that took us through an entire year of compound and overwhelming trauma, loss, grief. And she walks us through the ways in which her brain was trying to make it better with so much magical thinking. It is a powerful narrative. As I was reading that book, I was really enraptured by this idea that our brains really do a good job at trying to protect us. That's what happens in trauma. That's what happens in trauma recovery when we're so avoidant of anything that reminds us of anything terrible that we've ever been through. And I got to thinking that that's actually exactly what I walk my patients through every single week when they're trying to get out of religiously rigid, high control, or cult-like environments. There is this way in which we have been acculturated into deep magical thinking in order to make the abuse, the trauma, the mistreatment, the pain that we are in these groups, we try to make it better with all of this magical thinking. So when we started thinking about launching a membership that was supportive, full of helpful information that might give people some peace about why they were engulfed in these communities, in these high control, religiously rigid communities, I got to thinking that maybe the perfect name instead of magical thinking is a year of non-magical thinking. Perhaps that was one of the ways that we could communicate to the members, to the community, that we are in the business of trying to help you understand what happened to you psychologically when you were in the middle of trauma. So when you drag trauma and everything that does to the brain and the body, and you drag some spiritual practice into the story of trauma, you have a really painful experience of religious abuse, spiritual trauma, cult-like control over your life, and I want to help you get better. I want to help you get out of those spaces. I want to help you feel supported. I want to help you know that what happened to you could happen to anyone, and it just happened to happen to you, and I'm here to help you get out. I hope you'll join us for a year of non-magical thinking. I'm Dr. Quincee Gideon. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I help people get out of religious trauma and cult-like environments. I hope you'll join us.